Hello, welcome to Jackrabbit Journal. David Brown pinch hitting for Tom Neiman alongside Hank McCall. Hank, once again, the Jacks go 1-0, topping the Coyotes 28-21 in the South Dakota Showdown. But the big story for the second straight week, the emergence of the running game, 415 rushing yards against the Coyotes. That's the most SDSU's had in 4 years.
A tremendous output from this offensive unit. They've been trying to run the football all season long and have had really some mixed success here and there with different runners. You know, Brady Mangarelli, he's been the workhorse for the most part. But I think what we've seen is a bit of an evolution of this offensive unit, in particular up front with the big boys. You know, we talk about it every year. A college football season is a marathon. It's not a sprint. And the goal is to progress as an entire team throughout the season, so that at the end of the season, you're playing your best football. Being able to run the ball as effectively as they are right now is absolutely huge for this team moving forward. When you think about all that opposing teams moving forward are going to have to game plan for when prepping for this team. Lights out performance last week from these guys. They've got to keep it going.
Yeah, the passing game was the big thing early on, but now it's the rushing game. Last time SDSU had more than 400 rushing yards in the game, that was November 24th, 2012. The playoff game against Jimmy Garoppolo in Eastern Illinois, Jacks racked up 434 yards, due in part to a career-high 295 from Zach Zenner. This time around, a little more diversity. 4 guys at least 70 rushing yards for SDSU. You mentioned Brady Mangarelli, he had 161. Isaac Wallace had 102, 47 of which came on a long touchdown in the third quarter. Quarterback Taryn Christian had 79 yards and 2 rushing touchdowns. Kyle Paris, he's emerged the past few weeks. He had 74 yards and a touchdown as well. I guess if you could maybe say anything negative, Winicki and Goddard had just 5 catches for 67 yards. The run was working, but anything to be concerned about when your star pass catchers only have 5 combined catches?
No, I really don't think so. When you look at this unit, any team is going to sit there and say, okay, we've got this dynamic quarterback that can beat us a number of different ways. Oh yeah, there's an All-American wide receiver out there, a potential All-American tight end we've got to deal with. Oh, by the way, they've ran for over 600 yards last couple of weeks on the ground against a couple of Missouri Valley teams. How do we stop these guys is the question moving forward, and it's a very difficult one to answer. And I think it speaks to what Coach Eisnes, the offensive coordinator, has been able to put together in this entire unit. And no, to answer your question, long answer to a short question, Goddard and Winicki are going to be ready to go when their numbers are called, no matter when that happens.
All right, well, when we come back, breaking down the first half with Coach Stiglmeyer and why he wants to bring something back from the rivalry's Division II days.
Jackrabbit Journal on Midco Sports Network is presented by Sanford Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, Dakota Land Honda, Service First Federal Credit Union, and JackrabbitCentral.com.
Welcome back, Hank. You played a couple of games against USD back in your Division II college days. Do you remember the Little Brown Jug?
Vaguely. You had to remind me earlier just what we were talking about. But I remember 2001, I was a true freshman. Josh Ronick and the boys went down to Vermilion and brought it home. And then we beat them the 2 years after that before making the move to Division I in 2004. So I just remember it being in the trophy case and not doing much traveling, which it certainly hasn't over the last 10 years.
Yeah, it stayed in Brookings, but the Jug is making a comeback, at least if Coach Stig has anything to say about it. Here with Coach Stig. And Coach, a lot of people know the Little Brown Jug from the rivalry between Minnesota and Michigan in FBS, but you guys have your own Little Brown Jug between USD and SDSU right here.
We do, and you know, until the Division I era, it was a big deal, and since the Division I era, we've kind of lost track of it. So it's kind of fun to have it here at South Dakota State and put another winning score on it.
Absolutely. Let's make this thing popular again.
Well, we should. I mean, everybody talks about the border marker. Our rivalry with USD is a great rivalry. So let's talk about exchanging the jug or keeping it in Brookings.
All right, let's get to these first half highlights here. I don't think you guys have had bad weather for any home game this year. You guys have had great weather, great crowds again. This was a huge play for your defense early, stopping Strevler on 4th and 1.
Yeah, it's a great play, and he goes for the second effort, kind of goes back behind the line of scrimmage, and Chris Balster does an unbelievable job from his safety position. That's a huge play in a lot of ways in this football game. It stops them, it gives our guys energy.
Ensuing drive, Taryn Christian to Jake Winicki. Kind of a quiet game by Winicki standards, but he made the plays when he needed to.
He did. Really a little tired right now. He's a little beat up right now. He was was the second option there. So credit him and Taryn for finding him. And here's what we did most of the day is running the football. Brady Mingarelli just does a tremendous job of getting initial yards and then making people miss in the open field.
Tough 10 yards sets up first and goal. On the very next play, Kyle Paris, he's come on in the past 2 weeks with a 3-yard touchdown.
He has, and as a senior, I know every rep is important to him and special to him, and that doesn't mean he goes harder, but I know he's given us everything he's got right now.
So the Jacks take a 7-0 lead after forcing a USD 3-and-out. Everyone loves it when Kane Lusher gets a catch, don't they?
Well, his job is to run into linebackers and defensive ends, so he loves it too. So when he gets a chance to catch the ball, you can see the energy. The guys love him. He's an unbelievable student athlete, unbelievable teammate.
17-yard reception there, and then this is just unfortunate. Christian looks like a touchdown and then fumbles back out of the end zone for a touchback.
Yeah. First of all, give our offense a great kudos for having a great play. No tackler until the goal line. Taryn's got to tuck it in, get the point up, and then give them some credit for coming up and putting the helmet on the ball and causing a fumble.
But the ensuing USD possession, this is 3rd and 7, and a good job getting to the football, mainly by Jesse Bob, Jordan Brown, Jared Bloom.
Yeah, our effort all day long was tremendous. We challenged our guys to play their best football. We had a number of them that did that. That's hard to do, but they're doing it. Here you see us run the ball again to Brady. Again, see he makes a guy miss in the open field. Just a tremendous job of running the ball. Let's give some credit to the fat guys, the tight ends, I should say, and our fullback.
Had a number of 20-plus yard runs on the day. Another great game for the running backs. This is later in the drive on 3rd and 6. Christian might have been able to run, but he tries to get it to Goddard here.
Yeah, Dallas has got to catch that ball and bring it in. I don't care how many good catches you've made. There's going to be people around. And you're right, Taryn could have run the ball there, but you don't question that. Here, Chase had a great leg all day long, just couldn't get that baby straight. This is the first of 2 misses, but we believe in him. He's got to believe in himself, and he'll make a lot of kicks here at South Dakota State.
As you said, Chase misses a couple field goals. This is the last USD drive of the half. 4th and 1, Strevler gets just enough this time. They sort of dink and dunk their way into the red zone, and then they get a touchdown here late in the half.
Yeah, pretty well played by Anthony. Perfect throw by them. I would say we did a pretty good job against Strevler all day long. He made some passes, but really against the running game, his runs came with really scramble more than a designed run.
Okay, less than 30 seconds to go in the half. You have 2 timeouts. You run it here. Based on the gain here, you decide to go for points now.
That's exactly what we said. We're going to go 2 minute if we get a good gain. Otherwise, we're just going to keep running the football, execute it really well. Had a couple timeouts to get down the field. Here he hits. I think Adam is kind of hard to tell in the shadow there. Adam and Marquise are really doing a special job right now, and then this is just unfortunate here. We told them in the huddle, we didn't emphasize it enough, get out of bounds or, take a knee right there, and we can kick a field goal because we have a timeout left. And if you're going to run it, get in. And a great effort by Brady, but we don't get in.
Yeah, you had 1 timeout left. That was the last play of the half. You had 14 seconds, so if Brady ran out of bounds or got a timeout, you could have had a chance for a field goal. But it ends up being 7-7 at halftime. And again, sort of similar to last week against Missouri State, you guys knew you had outplayed USD, but the scoreboard didn't necessarily reflect that.
Yeah, and when you go into the locker room after a half like that, you're not yelling at anybody. You're pointing at, it should be better, man. We need to make it better. We need to finish. And I loved what our offensive coaches and defensive coaches did. They calmed our guys down and said, go out and play Jackrabbit football.
Up next, the second half highlights more big runs for the Jacks and one final stop by a senior possibly playing his last home game. Welcome back. Tied at 7 at the break. SDSU knew they had left points on the field and not on the scoreboard, but they kept moving forward with the running game. Here's Stig. The run game the past 2 weeks has just been excellent. Were there things you were seeing from either Missouri State or USD that allowed you to do more running plays, or was there a specific emphasis that we need to get this running game going?
There's really a number of things that come into making decisions like that. Number one, the way they play defense. They twist and slant a lot. So if you get it right, if you hit it right, you're going to have a fairly good gain. The other thing is people continue to find ways to try to take away our passing game, so they allot people to the passing game, so it allows you to run the ball. And then our running backs are doing a tremendous job. Our fat guys are doing a tremendous job. Let's roll with that.
All right, let's take a look at these second half highlights here, and we're going to start off with a pass. This is Taryn Christian to Marquise Lewis, another big gain. He's had a couple of nice catches over the past few weeks.
He has, and if it isn't for Jake and Dallas, he probably has more catches, but he benefits from those guys. Here we go, no huddle. Try to get him off a little bit, and a great job of blocking. You can see, like you said, Tiano abusing that guy, and Isaac's a good football player. Their safety kind of blocked himself, and we want him to go through the end zone and hand the ball to the official, act like you've been there before, but I love the excitement and the celebration of our football team.
He did get it over the plane before dropping it, so at least he did that much. 47-yard touchdown, 14-7 SDSU. Next USD drive, Strevler over the top here to Riley Donovan.
Great execution again, our corner's eye is right there. He needs to go up and try to make it tough, but that was a perfect thrown ball. Give them some credit too. And then this one here, we should have a guy in the middle of the field. We should have a guy bearing down on that, and then Zai should make it a tougher throw, kind of be between him, because when he gets in the end zone, you don't play behind him, you play in front of him. But again, credit them for making the play.
Tied up at 14. This is your guys' next drive. You had a 7-play drive. All 7 plays were runs.
Yeah, just a great job by Kyle Paris here. We're going short yardage, going heavy personnel. You see our offensive line coach, Coach Eck, there getting excited because he knows his fat guys and everybody else is doing a good job.
2 plays after that run, Isaac Wallace with another big run.
Yeah, again, he great cut there. Again, he makes a guy miss. It's not that USD can't play run defense. We were just on. Our guys were blocking. We hit some big plays in this game.
2 plays after that run, Taryn Christian here is going to get a 20-yard touchdown, holds on to the ball this time.
Yeah, this is a really nice job. Again, quarterback power. Tough to tackle him in the open field. I wouldn't want to do that. I wouldn't want to have to defend him. Again, watching our fat guys go in there and celebrate, that says we're a team. We celebrate together.
21-14 SDSU, next USD possession, 39 interior pressure. This is what you call a lazy sack for Kellen Solik.
Well, quite often the guy that puts pressure makes the guy step up or makes him bail, and Kellen was doing his job, but it was a little easier than the other 3 guys rushing, but he'll take it, I know that.
All right, fourth quarter, next USD possession. Strevler to Tristan Ducker for 39 yards down into the red zone.
Yeah, they kind of fake a red, what we would call a flare screen, and our Sam linebacker bit, and a good job by Micaiah Slade running him down. This is too easy down here. We got to fit that. We blitzed into it. We got to bounce that play, detour his path, and make it tougher to get in, and that's something that was a new blitz for us, so something we need to work on and be better at.
Tied for the 3rd time, 21 all in the 4th quarter. This is your next play on the drive, and Taryn Christian's pass is going to get tipped and intercepted.
Yeah, good play by them. I've been asked, you've reminded me, sometimes we get too comfortable throwing to our receivers, and they've made so many great plays, and the University of South Dakota makes a great play and gets them in position to take the lead, really.
3rd and 4, Jesse Bobbitt's going to come in off the edge. He's going to force a bad throw.
Yeah, great job, great call. It wasn't blocked. When you watch number 7, Jesse Bobbitt, he does everything full speed, and he did have an effect in that play.
And then, little lucky break, Miles Bergner, normally reliable, misses a 32-yard chip shot, and so you guys walk away having given up no points, and then take advantage on the next drive. Kyle Paris, another big gain for 16 yards.
Yeah, and there were guys there, just a great job of blocking. Kyle's just doing a great job, like all our running backs are. Just energy. We needed to go 80 yards, and our guys did it. Here, a great cut by Brady. That's his forte, running hard. Huge play in those 2 plays in this series.
There's a 28-yard run by Mangarelli. A few plays later, it's going to be 3rd down and 3 at the 7-yard line, and Taryn Christian's going to get some space off the left side.
Yeah, Taryn just does a great job here. They really played a different look than we had practiced against. Our guys picked up the blocking scheme, and then Taryn baited a guy inside and went outside. Again, a phenomenal athlete, scary when he's running down by the end zone.
You guys alternate possessions. You get the clock under a minute. This is USD's last chance. No timeouts at midfield, and Dallas Brown makes the game-saving interception.
Yeah, we're playing back. They've got to go the length of the field or continue to go the length of the field, and Dallas just makes a great play on the ball, and you can see the excitement. They know they won a Missouri Valley game, a rivalry game, and then this is my favorite formation, victory, take a knee, and it's fun to end up like that. I love the way our guys end up this game, congratulating each other. 2 good teams.
28-21 SDSU with the victory, your 5th straight in the Division I era. Obviously, huge running numbers again, 415 yards. It's the most rushing yards you've had in a game in 4 years. In the past 2 games, you've had 628 rushing yards combined. In the 5 previous Valley games, 693 rushing yards. Again, is the emphasis on the run because teams are playing the pass, or are you seeing matchup opportunities?
Again, it's both, and again, you saw how they had Dallas double, triple team when they intercepted the ball. We talked about a different play where we're running a play he releases, and he took 3 guys with him, and Jake's the same way. So we're gonna design runs and design passes, and then whatever's working, we're gonna do it.
Jake Winicki had 3 catches for 45 yards. Dallas Goedert had 2 catches for 22 yards. For them, those are pedestrian numbers, but does it give you a sense of relief knowing that they can have combined under 100 yards receiving and you still win the football game?
Without a doubt. I mean, you want to find a way to win the football game. Did I think we were going to run for 415 yards on Saturday? No, I didn't, but I knew we could run the football. We just did it with great efficiency.
Up next, linebacker Christian Roseboom in our rapid fire interview, a ferocious tackler on the field. Find out about his softer side with animals off the field. Welcome back. Christian Roseboom has emerged as SDSU's starting middle linebacker this season. The redshirt freshman is from Sioux Center, Iowa. He's also competing for the best hair on the SDSU Jackrabbits. Here's this week's rapid fire. So the first question, why are you number 2? Did you choose that number, or was it basically assigned to you?
I was number 9 in high school, and I just kind of wanted a single-digit number, and I don't know, I guess 2 is the only one for me, so.
Couldn't wrestle 9 away from Jordan Brown?
No, I let him have that, so.
Who has the best long hair on the team, you or Connor Landberg?
I'd say definitely Connor. He's been going at it for a little bit longer than me, so hopefully I'll catch up to him, I guess.
How long have you been growing your hair out?
I haven't cut it since I've been at SDSU, so a year, and since I came my freshman fall camp, I haven't cut it, so I don't know how long that is, but.
Any reason for it? Just wanted to try the look, or?
I don't know, I didn't go home for a while, so I didn't get a haircut, and I was like, you know what, I'll just grow it out, so.
So is there a competition with Landberg, or do you just bow down and say, he's the man with the longest hair?
No, I guess he's got it. Actually, me and Eric Kleinschmidt, number 31, we have a little competition, so you can get the best hair. We kind of started growing at the same time, so it's more of a competition between me and him.
And are you winning that competition?
I'll let you decide that, I guess.
What is the best part of Sioux Center, Iowa?
Sioux Center, Iowa. I'd say the people. Probably the friendliest people you'll meet. Probably pretty biased, but yeah, I'd say definitely the people.
So you are a pre-vet animal science major. Just sort of explain a little bit why animal science. Why'd you get into that?
Like I said before, I grew up on a farm, and I looked up to my brother, who's now a vet, and yeah, it's just something I always knew. I think my mom said I wanted to be a vet since I was like 2nd grade, 1st grade. So.
What kind of animals do you have on the farm?
We raise cattle, so we calve cows out in the winter and show them in the summer. So.
Any domestic pets, dogs, cats, anything like that?
I have a dog and a cat right now, so.
Very cool. What is your favorite Coach Stig catchphrase?
Coach Stig catchphrase. I guess he's got all these postulates, and he says a name after it, and I don't even know what it means, but I just kind of agree with it, to be honest. He'll explain them every once in a while. Then obviously you got to go with Holy Nutmeg. Just that's his. He's that type of guy that's never going to swear, so that's kind of his. You kind of got to get going when you hear Holy Nutmeg. So.
When you heard your first Holy Nutmeg, what was your reaction?
I was pretty confused, to be honest. I didn't really know what was going on. I was like, what does that mean? And someone kind of explained it to me, so I was like, all right, whatever.
And now you've just gotten used to it.
Yep, for sure.
Favorite TV show?
Favorite TV show? I'd say Friends or The Office, probably.
Oh, some old school ones.
Yeah.
You don't like any of the current
stuff?
No,
I mean, I don't get cable, so I just watch Netflix. So.
You need to get Midco, obviously.
Yeah.
Do you have a nickname?
Nickname? In high school, they called me Ocho. I was number 8 my freshman year of high school, and then I changed after that to 9, but they still called me Ocho. But then here, they just call me Rosie, I guess. I don't know.
Won't call you Deuce for number 2 or
anything
like that?
Nah, nothing.
Do you have a hidden talent?
Hidden talent? I don't think so. Not that I know of.
Nothing that distinguishes you from anyone else?
No, absolutely not. I'm pretty boring, to be honest.
At least you're man enough to admit it. Last one. You and the linebackers are in a race, end zone to end zone. Who wins?
End zone to end zone. Well, I know Jesse's not winning. I'll say that.
Bob it slow.
It's just not as fast, we'll put it that way. Me or Dallas when he's healthy, and Cody too. Me, Dallas, Cody, I don't know.
Got to pick one.
Got to pick one. I'd say Cody, he's a little bit lighter. He'll probably beat me.
Wouldn't you're not saying yourself?
No, I don't think so. We raced in the summer during the strength and conditioning stuff, and I think he beat me a couple times, so I'll give it to him.
All right, sounds good. Thank you. Up next, the regular season finale against Northern Iowa. Panthers have plenty to play for and a new quarterback leading the way. Break it all down next.
Jackrabbit Journal on Midco Sports Network is presented by Sanford Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, Dakota Land Honda, Service First Federal Credit Union, and JackrabbitCentral.com.
The Jacks closed the regular season on the road at Northern Iowa. Panthers 5-5 this season, but all of their losses by a touchdown or less. Still a very dangerous team. They've relied on a new quarterback, Eli Dunn, a sophomore, the past 4 weeks, while Aaron Bailey's battled injuries. Dunn, much more of a pocket passer. What do the Jacks have to do to stop him?
Well, they've got to stop the run, Brownie, because coming into this one, UNI, priority number one for them is to be able to establish the run with a young quarterback back there who has provided a spark this last month for this team. So they're playing better football. Coach Farley will have them ready to go. Make no mistake about it, the defense is the heart of UNI's team.
Jacks can win the outright Missouri Valley Conference Championship. Kickoff at 4 o'clock on Saturday. Selection show on Sunday.